Very good, thank you. And you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
Are you ready for a little interview for your fans down here?
Sure, sounds good.
Oh, fantastic. Firstly, I just need to say how excited we all are that you guys are finally coming down here.
Really share the same sentiment. I've been stoked to get down there for a while now, and when it's finally happening.
So then I have to ask, what have you heard about South Africa, or what kind of preconceptions do you have?
The only real preconception I have is okay, I used to have a friend from South Africa. I forget which city he was from. He spent a couple of years here. He's a really funny dude. His name was Billy. The only thing that I know anything about South Africa is like the accent and kind of like, you know, the language you guys have, which I think sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's quite different out here. I mean, we have different accents even from each city, even within a city. There's different dialects, if you must.
Yeah, that's also what I've heard. That's really cool, though.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll be taught a few things when you're here.
Can't wait.
So you guys will be headlining Krank'd Up alongside Norma Jean. Have you ever met those guys or played with them before?
We have. We toured with Norma Jean. I think it was back in like 2013. We played Thunder Slaughter in the U.S. and they were on it with us. Really good dudes. I like those guys.
Oh, well, that's cool. So then, at least that's something familiar.
Yeah, for sure.
As far as the set list goes, what can we expect from your show here? Will we be hearing mostly new stuff, or will we have some old stuff mixed in with the new?
We'll probably sprinkle in some old stuff, but for the most part, I think we're going to be playing new stuff. Since the album will be out then, and it'll be kind of fresh in our minds and fans' minds too.
Yeah, just on the topic of that, select difficulty. I have to ask, as a gamer, is there any relation, or what was the inspiration behind the title?
I think we wanted something that had to do with like a cheap video game title type thing. Since last time, you know, with Periphery II, it was like the cheesy movie sequel title. So it was like, that was the movie, this is like the video game.
That's very cool. But it's only been a year and a half since the release of Juggernaut, so how soon after that release did you guys start writing Periphery III?
We started writing it, we went on tour right after we released Juggernaut, and then once we came back from tour, me and a couple of the other guys had just been talking around some ideas. Not, you know, we weren't set in stone on writing another record right away or anything, but, you know, we just had a lot of inspiration and didn't have any, you know, we weren't trying to force anything. We were just like, oh, let's get together and write for fun since we have some downtime. And we just ended up putting together a lot of material in a really short period of time. So that kind of sparked the idea of, hey, well, if this is where we're going creatively, let's just try and do a record. And we did it. We wrote the whole record in probably like 2 months, I'd say.
Wow, that's amazing.
It came together so fast, and it just felt so natural, you know?
That being said, though, are there any new influences on the album, or any changes to the writing process?
Oh, absolutely, because Juggernaut was a concept record. We had to write it around this whole story. You know, we had to fit the vibe of the music into a story and fit the lyrics into a story, so that already kind of limited us into a box, you know, and whereas with this record, Select Difficulty, it's not a concept record. So it was just anything goes for every song. You know, we'd get together one day and feel like writing a certain way, and then we'd get together the next day and feel like writing a completely different way. And there was no rules. You know, we just did what we wanted to do.
That must make it quite difficult, though. I mean, it seems like a very collaborative process, but how long does it take for you all to kind of agree on the final product?
Some songs we'll agree right away on, and then there will be other songs. For instance, there's the song The Price is Wrong, the first song on Select Difficulty. That was actually an idea that was in the works since like around Periphery II time, and then we couldn't pull it together and write a whole song out of it for Periphery II. It was just like a couple of riffs and some ideas. And then for Juggernaut, we turned it into a full song, but it just didn't fit the vibe of the record, you know, before vocals were on and everything, so we decided to shelve it and save it for later, and then we were finally able to pull it together for Select Difficulty. So, yeah, there are songs, you know, we'll write them, and right away off the bat, we're like, okay, yeah, that's for this record. And then there's some ideas, and it's like, oh, that doesn't fit, but maybe we'll be able to, you know, rework it a year from now or something.
Sure, that's amazing. I have actually been lucky enough to hear Periphery 3 already, and I must say I'm very impressed. Vocally, yeah, I love it. But vocally, I mean, you really show some extreme dynamics on this album. I mean, you're virtually scream rapping in Motormouth. How hard do you think that's going to be to perform live?
I honestly don't know yet because I haven't played these songs live and we haven't really practiced them yet. So we'll see. You know, we're going to be practicing here pretty soon for our upcoming tour in the U.S. This what is it called? Sonic Unrest tour. And we're going to be playing a lot of those songs on it, so I'll find out then. I have no idea right now, but it's probably going to be a little bit tougher than past things I've written. But that's honestly a good thing. I kind of like that. I like being kept on my toes and trying to better myself as a singer, you know?
Yeah, well, I guess that's how you keep growing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have any specific warm-ups or techniques that keep you going?
Nothing really out of the ordinary, just kind of like basic scale warm-ups, like anything, you know, any other singer would do before going on stage. One little routine I have is just drinking, when I can, I drink a little bit of whiskey before going on stage. That tends to, like, it loosens you up, but you don't push as hard, and I've heard, I don't know if it's actually related, but it, like, coats your throat, so, you know, like, your voice feels a little smoother after you drink it. It does for me. I don't know if that's like a myth that people just kind of like feel like it works, but I don't know, it definitely feels like it works for me.
It sounds like a good plan to me anyway. So Periphery 3 Select Difficulty comes out in 10 days. You've kind of answered the question about The Price is Wrong, but was there any specific reason for releasing Marigold beforehand? And what's with the robot music video? What's the concept behind that?
You know what's funny is that we've used the same director for our past, I think, 3 music videos now. And we just kind of set him free. We're just like, you know, we trust him at this point. He's a good friend of ours. And we just say, hey, here's the song, here's what it's about. Go nuts with it. And he just kind of like takes it and we'll do a metaphoric, you know, take on what the song's about and just kind of do his own goofy thing. I love it though.
Yeah, I think it's a very cool video.
I mean, whether you like it or not, you're definitely never going to forget it after you watch it.
Yeah,
most, cool.
Most definitely. I mean, those faces are the cutest little things. So, So just before we wrap up, I want to throw in a couple of fun questions. You've kind of answered the one, but what is your drink of choice? Sounds like it's whiskey, but on or off stage?
I would say red wine. Red wine and the occasional white wine, but I'm just getting older now. I'm almost 30 now, and I like a nice smooth bug. You know, I'm not looking to get crazy too much of the time anymore, so it's like having a couple glasses of wine.
Well, I hope you get to taste some South African wines when you're here.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, Marvel or DC, and why?
I guess I'd have to say Marvel, just because I kind of grew up, you know, watching X-Men and playing X-Men video games. So I guess I'd have to lean more towards that.
It's a good choice, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
And then, if you were to pick a cartoon, any cartoon, to represent your personality personally, what would it be and why?
Probably Rick and Morty, just because I'm super goofy. I like sci-fi stuff, and yeah, I don't know if any other reason why that would be the case, but I don't know, that's one of my favorite cartoons.
Yeah, it's definitely a good show. Oh man, very funny. And then lastly, do you have anything you would like to say to your fans down here ahead of your show?
Just thank you to everybody for supporting us, and we obviously can't do this without any of our fans, so thank you. And please be there when we play in South Africa later this year. It's awesome.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm really looking forward to your show. I've been a fan of yours for a while now, so it's going to be fantastic to have you here.
Yeah, come on out and come rock out with us.
Most definitely. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.